Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, this just doesn't work. Now, guys, I'm getting ready to go, of course, to my day job because they always tell me don't quit your day job because there's nothing here for you on YouTube, and that's all good because I'm happy to have a job. I like to stay busy, and Lord knows my life stays busy. But I was sitting here thinking this morning about our defense. Specifically, Rod Marinelli. And I'm kind of curious. I wish I were a fly on the wall at the Star in Jerry Jones's office just to see the inner workings of the Cowboys. So this is all speculation, of course. And I like to try and connect the dots and things and look at what's happened in the past to relate it to what's going on now. Now, you'll remember, as soon as the season ended, they were talking about Rod Marinelli was thinking about retiring. Now, let's be honest now. Rod Marinelli has actually done a really good job with this defense when you think with what was handed to him. He was hired as a defensive line coach in 2013 on a team that was historically bad on defense. We're talking about 32nd in the NFL, and I'm talking probably one of the 5 worst defenses of all times. They couldn't stop anybody. And then Monte Kiffin was basically put into retirement without being put into retirement. They moved him kind of into an office role, and Rod Marinelli became the defensive coordinator. So in 2014, his first season as defensive coordinator, they ended up letting go DeMarcus Ware. They ended up losing Jason Hatcher, who came off an 11-sack season. And Sean Lee tore his knee up in the first practice of OTAs. Not exactly the way you want to start off with a team that was historically bad on defense. But Rod Marinelli took that defense and got them to 19th. It wasn't the 85 Bears, but to lose 3 key players from the years before team and to move up to 19th was nothing short of miraculous. The following year, they went to 17, and from 17 to 14, and they finished up this year at 8th. Now, when you think about the Dallas Cowboys' philosophy of spending basically 3-to-1 offense versus defense, and finally, just this past season, really concentrating on realizing we've got to spend the draft on the defense, that's actually pretty good. Now, the thing you have to ask is, at the end of the season, Rod Marinelli was contemplating retiring. He's not a spring chicken. He's got a bad hip and things like that. And the rigors of an NFL coach is hard. So they were going to give him time to figure out if he was going to retire or not. So my question is then, were the Cowboys planning, just in case he decided to retire, that Kris Richard would be the defensive coordinator in waiting? Because clearly, if the guy's going to take a month or more to decide whether he still has it, you can't just wait. And with the moves that we're already beginning to see, where we're talking about Byron Jones no longer being a safety, is Kris Richard already becoming the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator. And they're basically doing the Monte kiffin approach with Rod Marinelli. They're slowly moving him into the front office or out the door. Now, I've always said that I love Rod Marinelli. There's some guys who just aren't head coaches, but they're damn good coordinators. You look at a guy like Norv Turner, who did wonders with the triplets, but never had that kind of success as a head coach. Rod Marinelli is that kind of a guy. You know, unfortunately, he had the Detroit Lions at 0-16. But you look at what he did with the Chicago Bears defensive line. You look at what he's done with basically taking nobodies and turning them into productive players. He is a good coach on the line. But I kind of like the idea of some change on that defense, some more aggression, because clearly our bend don't break has been productive, but it's been basically we need the offense to help out our defense. Because if we can't control the ball and control the clock, we run out of gas with the horses we have in the fight. We don't get the turnovers to give the ball back over. And you're essentially waiting for the other team to make a mistake to stop them more times than not. Kris Richard is going to have that team going for it, being aggressive, hitting guys at the line of scrimmage, blitzing. And I like that. I think that's a change that's needed on our defense. A little more unpredictability. So we'll have to see if he is, in fact, just the defensive coordinator, just not in name. Kind of like Will McClay is the GM, just not in name. Well, with that being said, I got to get my behind to work. Got to pay these bills. And, of course, follow up on any news on the Dallas Cowboys. But I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching the Joe Boo Sports Report, because without you guys, well, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself. And I'll see you soon.